And we're going to go live on Facebooks.
I guess I'll get my energy up a little bit here going, huh? Let me do this. All right. Let me go wander. I'm going to pop in the
Well, I got
grass.
it's a weird action going on with my earphones. Let me take this off real quick. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool. I'm going to do it without the earphones this morning because it's jingling and jangling. How's it going today?
It's awesome. Are we on? We are. Happy
We
Monday,
are.
dude.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How's your trip going? I haven't talked with you in a week or so. Well, we haven't done any videos in a week.
Well, we haven't done videos this week, but we've been in a little bit of contact. The trip has been awesome so far.
Cool.
And
I've been following along. It's awesome.
today I'm at the Nichols home, and yeah, I'm just kind of getting stuff set, hanging out, doing the thing,
Yeah.
just chilling. I'm actually fortunate enough to go.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Now I'm actually in Mike's office warehouse.
Let me get my earbuds because I don't
Are
know
you
if the
there?
speaker will. Yeah. Let me get my earbuds real quick.
Okay. Well, good morning to everybody else that's paying attention or listening. I just wanted to say what's up. Happy Monday to everyone. As Mark just mentioned, I'm still on the road. I'm still out cruising around. Today, I'm out in Ocala, Oklahoma, and I am getting ready to go visit with our friend Zayne. And I've been visiting with Mike Nichols. He was kind enough to have me at the house last night, and we had a fish fry and hung out and talked shop. And God is good and life is good, man. I'll tell you what. You
That is
there?
awesome, man. That is cool. And you're lucky. Yeah, I'm here now. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Testing. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's awesome. You had fish fry last night, fresh catfish. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, super lucky, super awesome. It's just been this whole start to the summer has been amazing. It has been a week since we've talked. The start of the trip, I'll go back a little bit. The start of the trip was awesome. I was getting ready to
Good morning,
leave.
Damien.
I was leaving. What up, D? I was leaving DC on my way to North Carolina to meet up with my first stop. And Damien actually called me. He gave me some good news. I'm trying to plug away something on my phone while I'm driving, and then I had to pee, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I need to get to a stop and finish doing what I'm doing, so I'm not trying to drive and do all this. And so all of a sudden this like intense sensation of, man, I gotta pee so bad. So I'm like flying down the freeway. I'm also thinking like, man, I gotta get to the next stop so I can pull over and send this email, and I need to make a call, and I'm like 10 minutes behind where I should be. And as I was flying, the cop was posted up, a state trooper, and he lit me up. So yeah, unfortunately, I got a ticket. That was a little over a week. I guess it was a week ago today or something. I don't know when it was, sometime last week. But that was basically the start of the real portion of the road trip. But so yeah, I stopped. I drove through DC, Virginia, North Carolina. Um, I got a chance to meet up with the guy, Sam Emerson. Um, Handed him off a pole and some gear and some stuff, and he's in his first, year or two of business and getting things rolling. Um, I was
Cool.
fortunate enough to catch a dinner with Jersey, which was amazing. He gave me a lot of feedback. Just super important to me as a person to hear what he had to say. Um, let's see. Then I went and hit up Mike Matthews. That was a great stop. Got to learn about him too. He's been in business about 2 years with Elite Window Cleaning, and he's in Crossville. Spending 2 days with a family was awesome. It made me almost feel like I was kind of back at home. We got the kid. He's got his kids running around, the dogs. I hadn't been around dogs for quite some time, so that part really made my day.
Morning, Craig.
Hey, Craig, what up, dude? Speaking of Craig, he was kind enough to tell me, he knew I was going to Nashville, and he was telling me about Johnny Albrighty. And I had seen his name in other groups, and I don't think he and I had been friends at the time yet. But I texted him and messaged him, and we started talking. And I said, "Look, man, I'd love to meet up with you, and I'm here to not take your time so much, but I will take up a little bit of your time, but I'll make it worth your while. I promise. I'll drop you off some goodies." And he was rad. He's
Cool.
kind of like you in certain aspects when it comes to he does a lot of different things. It's not just the window cleaning, the
Hmm.
gutter, um, just whatever. Um,
Sure.
but the coolest part, Mark, and I'll tell you, and I barely call you Mark. When I say that, it means it's coming from my heart, and it's like,
All right.
yeah, dude. He tells me, "Oh, I worked in Arizona, and I worked for this company called All American Window Cleaning, and All American Window Cleaning is the company that gave me my start." And Billy, my partner, Billy's
Mhm.
dad was the owner of All American Window Cleaning. And to know that we both worked for the same dude, it just like it was full circle. Like I have goosebumps all over my legs just relaying the story and reliving the moment. Like to know that we both
Crazy. Yeah.
worked for the same guy, like it was bizarre. And
It's a small
it
world.
yeah, it is a small world. And so he tells me that, and I can't stop hugging the guy. I'm just like, I can't believe this. This is so like insane. So we hang
Mhm.
out and do a job at this place, or I didn't do anything. He was up on the roof blasting. I shot some video, and he was having fun and showing me how to do some pressure washing and gutter cleaning. And he's like, "You got to come back to the house." He sent me a message earlier in the morning. And he's like, "You were talking about getting breakfast. Well, he bought all sorts of food and he made eggs Benedict. And yeah, dude, it was like family. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
That's
it was
awesome.
just it was right on time. Everything was perfect. And I can't, I can't say how thankful I am for our community enough. Like we're all different, but we're all the same. And the more that
Hmm.
I find about the unity that we have in this business, the happier and better I keep, feeling. It's pretty rad, dude.
That's cool. Yep.
So I hung out with him in the morning. And to be honest, Deeds, I don't do breakfast. I was saying I wanted to meet people for breakfast so that way I could hopefully draw them in.
Yep.
And
Have some coffee.
instead of me forking out coin for breakfast for people or whatever, he actually made me breakfast. And he had fresh fruit and
Nice.
the hollandaise and even bought me a sixer of non-alcohol beer. I mean, the dude was
Nice.
just, yeah, the dude was
That's
just
cool.
spot on. And a lot of times, guys in our industry too, when they may come off one way online or in the
Hmm.
group forums or in the settings, and people just don't get it. And we judge people based on a couple pictures or photos or whatever.
Sure.
But I'm here to tell people we shouldn't be judging other dudes or gals based on just a couple pictures and shit. Johnny Albrighty's a rock star. He does all sorts of dope shit. He's wild for sure, but we're all weird.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Takes
say
a weird
right
guy to
now,
get. Yeah.
yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say right now, cheers to Johnny Albrighty. I'm gonna say cheers to Craig Hensel. I'm gonna say cheers to Damien, all of our friends that keep pushing us along and giving us good support.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not drinking the
So,
usual coffee. I got a weird fruit juice going on this morning. No,
well,
no caffeine.
I'm sorry, Deeds.
It happens. I'm getting better every day. So just for anyone out there, been dealing with some GI issues. I think I've got myself squared away and figured out. So I'm hopefully on the mend here. It should be well within the next couple of days. So, but we'll
I'm
see.
certainly hoping so, dude. And everybody who's watching or listening or whatever, whenever you're watching or listening to this, I'm sending a little shout out, a prayer for you, Deeds. I love
Thank
having
you.
you around, and I want to make sure that you're always healthy, bro. You
Well,
make
thank
my
you.
mornings better, and you make my weeks better. And even though we don't sometimes have an opportunity to record, I'm always thinking of you, bro, and you're a
Thank you.
good dude. So.
Well, I'm plugging along, trying to feel better, get healthy, and get back at it because I got a lot of work. I got shit to do. Shout out to Thomas Wilson. Morning, Squeegee Tom. How
Dude,
you doing?
Squeegee Tom, whoop whoop, my guy,
Yes, in the
dude.
house.
So I got to tell you something too, real quick. There's been like three places where, so our friends have been on
Hmm.
my mind a lot in this trip. Frank Rave, I was driving to the WCR warehouse, and there's this mailbox 777, and I kept
Uh,
trying to get a picture of it, but I kept missing it. So I was thinking
sure.
about Frank a bunch when I was in New Jersey and in New York. Then I was in Tennessee, and I saw Wilson, and I kept trying to get a picture. There was by my uncle's house in Asheville. There's a Wilson County, I
Mhm.
think. And then
Oh, neat.
yesterday I was driving on Thomas Wilson Highway. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to text and drive right now. I got to reach out to Tom, tell him I'm thinking of him, tell him I love him, let him know what's cracking. And he's like, bro, you're good. Like, so I've been thinking about all of our window cleaner friends across the country as I'm going about these different stops. And I
Hmm.
am super appreciative of the people who keep sending me messages or giving me little shout outs online. Um, People telling me, hey, next time come through this way. Or, you know, I truly, truly, truly hope I get another opportunity to do something along these lines again, because I will definitely jump at the chance. You know,
Sure.
Scott Sargent out in Oakland and in Cali and by the Bay. He's like, dog, you need to get out to California. And I told him, you know, I'll make that happen. He and Panda are right in that same area, and
Uh-huh.
I am huge fans of both. I got an opportunity to hang out with Scott Sargent just a tiny bit, and when we were in Vegas, and that's close enough, dude. I mean, I could just drive there and go bang out a couple days and do some photo work and have some fun with them and learn. And that's what I'm getting the most out of all of this right now. So it's
Cool.
been rad.
That seems like
The
a fun
set
adventure. I mean, there's no shortage of fun.
There hasn't been. And so, you know, what's crazy is the weekend before, the Saturday was kind of like the Saturday I was still in Sparta, and I was helping Sean with some moving and doing a couple things, and we were hanging out, and it was just a chill part. This Saturday was a little different. So like I said, I met up with Johnny Albrighty, and then after that, I ended up meeting up with our friend Fletcher Denning. And I don't know if you got a chance to hang with Fletcher when we were in Nashville the year before, but I got an
Probably not.
opportunity to, well, I got an opportunity to talk to him for just a couple minutes. And then I was like talking with other people while he was talking with TJ and
Mhm.
Tim, and I was just listening, you know, and I'm like a sponge. I'm hearing and I'm trying to just get information, and he was intriguing, and his content is amazing, and his story is pretty cool too. You know, and at the
Nice.
time he was banged up with the banged up femur, and you know he's back in action, and he's running a really large crew now, and I couldn't be happier for the dude. About as nice
Awesome.
as they come, um, super knowledgeable, and he's just got this thing about him, bro. Just like one of those, you know, he's just a cool dude. And
Nice.
I was really happy to have lunch with him and enjoy and get some more knowledge from him and hear what he's going through. He's accepted a different position, and so he's no longer like just doing drops and cleaning. Now he's in like the management and team lead and teaching and to hear and see how many different opportunities that our industry provides for guys like us when we choose to go that route. It's
Hmm.
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah. Well, cool.
yeah,
Cool for the
man.
shout outs.
What's that?
So cool for the shout outs. Those guys are awesome.
Dude, everyone's awesome, but those guys so far have really been awesome. It's just I I can't get over how amazing everybody in our industry is.
Yes,
So,
it is.
and I told you, you know, I thought about staying in Nashville overnight. Originally, that was the plan on Saturday night. But then I looked at, I guess CMA Fest was going on, so the room rates were ridiculously high. I'm not really into all the crowds and all the people. That's not really my jam, anyways. So
Mhm.
after I had lunch with Fletcher, I jumped in the ride and ended up driving to Jackson, Tennessee, and hung out in Jackson for a hot minute. That was I. So because I've been trying to be flexible and not really get rooms or anything, you know,
Hmm.
That kind of that played against me in Jackson also. Um, the nicer places that were reasonably priced were all booked, a wedding or prom or something. I don't freaking know. But yeah, I stayed in a dumper, and I sent you
Nice.
some pictures of there's like ash, like leftover cigarette ash in the
Oh
room
yeah,
that I went into, and like yeah,
Indian motels. Those are the best.
uh, I don't know what it was, but Motel 6 on Casey Jones Avenue in Jackson, Tennessee, behind this other dumper of a hotel. Yeah, that's where I was at. But
Cool.
but I got a good night's sleep. My car wasn't broken into. I left
Always
with
good.
everything intact, so we're good to go. And now here I am with the one and only Mike Nichols. He's running around somewhere. We are just having a little coffee, and I didn't want to ask him to get on camera at 7 o'clock in the morning if that's not his jam. But
A little
he's
early.
kind
Yeah.
enough to let me bounce around his shop and just have some fun, dude. So
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah. What's your
Well,
week look like, dude?
well, I've got gutters this afternoon, windows tomorrow, and then I've got scheduled the rest of the week. Basically, we've got thunderstorms going on this morning, which is pretty nice. I'm feeling like right now I'm like 90% instead of 100. Usually in the middle of the day, I start getting up towards getting 100%. So I just got to hydrate and eat more small meals today, get my stomach and shit situated. So that's my agenda. Just got a couple jobs, got to send some estimates and get healthy this week. That's the name of the game.
Right on. So
Yeah.
I kind of told you a little bit earlier, but Zane should be here. I don't know what time is it? 7:30 or something.
7:20 almost.
Zane should be here in about 25 minutes to 40 minutes. And we're gonna get out and we're gonna go bang on some glass. Why he's the master of the pole, I can't wait. So the
Yeah.
young buck is gonna teach his old dog some new tricks, and I can't wait to see it.
Very
Um,
nice.
I was pleasantly surprised. He literally, so you, I think you probably know this, but he got married last week. He was on his
Hmm.
honeymoon. Um, on his way home from his honeymoon, he was, just got back in town last night, and he popped over to say hello. Told me he's like, if you're good to go on the glass, I'll come get your ass. So we're gonna go out and
Nice.
slang some suds and have some fun. Maybe we'll go live later this morning. So if you guys are around a computer, if you're on your phone and you see a notification from either Zane or myself, take a peek. We're gonna have some fun. The hope is that we can get the big squeege out there too, Mr. Mike. He has some work to do today, but I'm hoping that we can get him out there and have the three of us on site. It might be a little overkill, um, but it sure would be for some fun content, right?
Heck yeah. And yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited, dude. The conversation that Mike and I had yesterday too, it wasn't like rushed or anything. It wasn't like, hey, I'm here, but now I need to go here. And unfortunately, on this trip, a lot of these stops have been like um, on a time crunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, like Johnny Albrighty, I only got like an hour or two, maybe three with him, and then Fletcher, I got a little bit of time with him. Um, but because I got here midday yesterday, I had all day with Mike, and just the conversations. It was my passion bucket's full, my heart is full,
Awesome.
and these are
That's
all the
cool, man.
things. Yeah, these are all the things that you and I had talked about since the start of this show.
Hmm.
Um, all we're ever
Mike
trying to
says
do is just
Zane will be
what's
a
that?
little late this morning, by the way. Zane will be a little late this morning, by the way.
Oh, is that what he just said?
Yeah. Morning, Mike.
So you're getting updates from a guy that's outstanding.
Drinking the coffee. That's fun. Hey,
So he's
what's up?
absolutely the best.
Yeah.
You know the story of how I kind of met Mike. I originally I met Zane first at the huge, and he was wearing a Squeegee Life shirt, and I thought and I hadn't listened to Squeegee Life yet. I never listened to the podcast. Um, I just thought he was one of the guys. I didn't know. And I
Mhm.
was like, "Hey, man, I dig your guys' merch, dude. I think it's so cool, that you put out stuff like that for us." And he's like, "Oh, I'm not with Squeegee Life. It's just a shirt. My name's Zane, and da 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 da." And so we started talking, and then he's telling me, I helped set up this convention with these guys in the booth, and because I forgot, or they didn't get me a vendor badge, and so he and I just hit it off, and we're walking through the Gaylord, and at that time, you know, we're both waiting for the doors to open. I think the doors at that time opened at 1 o'clock or something, or maybe noon, and we're just sitting. We're kind of like waiting for the damn doors to open. So we're talking and shooting the breeze and whatever. And eventually, he introduces me to Mike downstairs, or I see Mike downstairs. And of course, I had seen Mike online before, but I don't think I really connected the Zane and the Mike thing together at that time. I was still kind of new in the rooms, to be honest.
Sure.
I wasn't really paying attention to who's who or what's what. I wasn't trying to get into people's businesses. I was just trying to figure out the rooms. And so he introduces me to Mike, and then you know, Mike's just a great guy, and we start having coffee in the mornings, and here I am. So I
Awesome.
Yeah, I just can't believe that life's sometimes like a dream, and I'm
It
glad
is.
I'm glad it's not a nightmare right now.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Hmm.
I'm still a little off. So I might have to cut it short this morning.
Okay,
Uh, but if you want, I
you're
can
good,
leave it
dude.
recorded and come back later.
No, we're good. I'll go ahead and wrap
Cool.
up.
Anybody you want to shout out to?
I
What are
can
your plans?
tell you're starting. Well, like I said, we're gonna go do a little window work, clean up some stuff, hopefully get some footage, maybe go live. So if you guys are online, like I said, pop in, say what up. One of us will hopefully be able to monitor who's on, so that will be fun. But shout out to everybody. I mean, I try to get everybody by name. I sometimes forget, but everybody's been so rad. Everybody at WCR Zero. Chris, Alex, you in particular, Deeds. I know that
Thank you.
you're my right hand guy, and you always keep me dialed in, level headed, and I appreciate you for that. Damien,
Thank you.
Squeegee, Tom, the rest of the crew, dude, Craig Hensel, everybody. Like seriously, just shout outs. You know what I mean? So I appreciate
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah.
My passion bucket is not only full, it's overflowing. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, try to make the best of it. Special shout out, actually, yes, that is not. I want to give a shout out to Billy Sloan. I want to give a shout out to John Magdos, my guys in Arizona. Love you both. I hope y'all are doing well. And other than that, yeah, man, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on.
Cool. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Change your rubbers. Make sure to do that. and uh, and yeah, get healthy, everybody. Stay healthy.
I hope your
Take care of
passion
yourself.
bucket's full, everyone. Deeds get better, and let's talk this afternoon, okay?
Yeah, will do, man. You have a great day. Talk to you later.
You too. Love you, bro. I hope you
Thanks,
get
everyone.
better soon, all right, man? We'll talk
Thanks,
to
man.
everybody later on. Thanks for peeping in, Goo and Deeds.
Thanks, everybody. Boop.